Well, hello everyone, welcome. I'm Katie and this is a Fountain Pen Awakening. I hope that wherever you are in the world you're doing super well. I'm a happy chappy. I'm outside having my cup of green tea, and today being a bit of an iffy day, I don't know if it's going to rain, if it's not going to rain, I thought I'd film undercover. And this where I'm at the moment is kind of like our alfresco dining area, which is a shared space in the house, and thus this different perspective that you see. And I don't get to film here very often because usually people are home when I'm home, and so I kind of film either in my bedroom or outside in my little veranda, so I don't disturb anybody. Just if you were wondering, this different sort of setting, I'm still at home but just outside in the communal area. So I thought, yeah, my day off, I want to be outside in the fresh air. And today I thought I would do, as the title will give away, a study in blue. So I thought it'd be super fun to go through the blue inks that I do have in my collection. And to be perfectly frank with you guys, I thought I had a few more, but I must have finished off the sample of bentonite, which was the Lamy crystal kind of, it's a kind of like a blue-grey color, which I really like, a bit like a Prussian blue. And I also thought I had a little bit left over of my Hisoku, which is kind of that Kyono Auto ink that's kind of like a blue-green, more blue than green. But I don't have any more left of that. But that's okay, no matter. I have these, that it's plenty enough to share with you guys. I will not lie, I'm not the biggest fan of blues. Why? Because I kind of feel that when you write with blues, it kind of reminds me of a biro pen, and the whole idea is of using a fountain pen is you've got all these beautiful inks to use while you write with blue or black, because blue or black are the colors that you can use in a biro pen, right? So that's my attitude towards it. But having said that, I have come across some blues that I really like. I do also have obviously some cartridge inks that come free with the Lamy pens and other pens, and sometimes I get excited and pop them in pens and then I get bored of them, and what I do is I just then put them in this little container here. And this has all different blues in here, all mixed blues, little bits and pieces that may be left over from some samples that I have, or, you know, those cartridge blues that I get bored with and put them in here. And you know, I don't want to throw away, because then I always have access to a blue ink. So I thought I'd swatch this with you too. It was initially a Diamine Misty Blue, which was sent to me as a mystery sample from Pulp Addiction when I ordered some pens. So yeah, now I'm more attracted to saturated blues if I'm going to go for a blue with a bit of red sheen, or I like real pale blues. I like petrol blues, blue greys, light blues, yeah, or darker kind of purpley. So I like a blue that's a little bit interesting, that doesn't look when you're writing with a biro, I should say. So yeah, guys, grab yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, or beverage of your preference, and let's get a swatching. Okay, so I have brought the camera down a little bit so we can see what we're doing here. The tools of the trade for today are my little exercise book or notebook with Tomoe River paper. This is the 68 GSM. Then I have got, I finally fixed this glass tip pen that I got off Amazon really cheap, and that I was singing its praises, but then all of a sudden this whole piece came out and I had to glue it back in. So I fixed that up, and then I've got my Irotushi Pilot dip pen in a medium. I've got my little eyedropper and just a little paintbrush if I need it. So sorry guys, I thought I was filming this first bit, but I wasn't. Whoopsies. So this is my Dusk in Bloom. It's a Ferris wheel press ink, and it's from one of the charger sets that they sell. So it's 3 little vials like this, and I think it's the Edwards Garden charger set. Now this ink is quite light for my take. It's a beautiful, beautiful ink. The only problem being that it dries really pale, and sometimes depending on what pen you use, it doesn't really have a crisp line, and it tends to sort of, you know, feather. So this Diamine Indigo ink I got part of a deal. They were having like a special sale on Pulp Addiction, which is one of these ink resellers and pen resellers from Melbourne, and that's a 30mm bottle. And I did get a sample of this indigo, which I rather enjoyed. So it's kind of like this Prussian blue, but it dries a little bit lighter. I'm really looking forward to getting Salad and Cats. Be really interested to see what that looks like. For the simple fact that I don't know if you guys watched one of my videos, I think it was last week or the week before, I can't remember now, that I'm on the hunt for a perfect sort of like grey-greeny colour, and that kind of looks to me like a grey-greeny colour. I'm waiting for it to come out here in Australia because it hasn't yet come out here in Australia, or at least I haven't seen it, and I want to snatch myself a sample of that. So what I've done for the purposes of demonstrating in this video, I've taken a little bit of the ink, the Hisoku ink, just to show you, just out of the cartridge, out of my Pilot Explorer, and just dropped it on here so I can compare that. And also I do have the last of the Peacock Eye in here, which is a Van Dieman shimmer ink. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop some on the page so we can do like a writing sample with it as well. And I spilt it. I did all sorts of things with it. So there was very, very little left of this this ink, unfortunately. So I'm just going to drop some. Oops. See what I mean? Like that just comes out way, way too quickly. But this is like a kind of a blue, a really deep blue, and it's got a lot of sheen in it. How am I going to demonstrate this? So it goes down this kind of like cobalt blue, and then it dries with a bluey shimmer in it. And see, now I've got it everywhere, as you do. So this is a Van Dieman's ink. It's part of their new range, Birds of a Feather, which I did do a video on. And so if you want to go and see that kind of the range of those inks that I got all together, you can see it there. I have posted some Instagram shorts with it as well. And this is called, I think it's called Peacock Eye. Bear with. Just have a check in here. It's called Elegant Peacock Eye. Elegant Peacock Eye. And I've got it in my TWSBI Mini. And this TWSBI has a 1.1 all stub nib on it. Elegant Peacock Eye. And I'm not gonna lie, it's the particulates kind of like get a little bit stuck. Sometimes it does block the feed even with my 1.1, so that's a bit annoying, but other than that, it's a beautiful color. So we'll wait till that dries and then I'll show you how much it shimmers. Yay. Okay, so there we have it, my friends. A study in bloom. That's got a lot more lilac-y undertones, as we can see. And I would sort of call that more of a chroma shading ink. But I find that when you write with it in a pen, it's very kind of wishy-washy. And I think I've got an example of it. Just bear with me. And I just want to show you how that performs on a page. That's what it looks like on a page. So it's a bit wishy-washy and pale. And it sort of does come through possibly like a light blue, a light mauve, I guess, or lilac. So that's it dried a little bit more, our Dusk in Bloom. This is our Diamine Indigo. It does, as you can see, have a bit of a sheen in that. It kind of does shade a little bit, but not much. And the same with this. It kind of like in this ink, it seems like it shades, but when you write with it, it's pretty pale. This has got all the combos of the inks in there, which is quite a fun thing. See how it's got a bit of sheen in there as well. Lots of shading. And this is the blue ringed octopus. It hasn't really come out as electric blue. Usually it kind of writes this blue here, the lighter blue, and then you can see that red sheen in there. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but in Australia, the blue ringed octopus is a real octopus, and it's a very dangerous octopus. It lives in our rock pools, and when it gets super angry, these red rings come flaring out on it. And it's, you know, like it can be from a red to a sort of a brown. And it is a poisonous octopus, by the way. Yeah, everything in Australia seems to be poisonous. So that's our Hisoku, which is doesn't have any sheen in it, but it has great shading properties. This is our Elegant Peacock. As you can see, look at that sheen in there. I mean shimmer. Look at that shimmer in there. And it also has that sort of red-brown sheen in it. And last but not least is my Van Dieman's Bioluminescence. Now, as you can see, this has got shimmer properties, but it's also got sheening properties in there too. And I would classify this as a, it's got sort of like a blue-green, like a teal base. That's what I'm looking for. And then on top of that, we have this blue shimmer and then the red sheen, red-brown sheen in there. Now this sample that I got is my second sample, and I'm very pleased with it because my first sample didn't showcase these properties too well. I think they didn't shake it up when they put it in the sample bottle for me. So there you have it. These are my blue, dark blues, light blue in my ink collection. I hope you enjoyed this swatching video with me, and we'll see you all in my next one. Please make sure to give me a thumbs up, because if you do give me a thumbs up, then that helps me spread this video. If you don't give me a thumbs up, then the algorithms don't pick up and this video doesn't get spread on YouTube to more viewers. And I've noticed that that means that my videos don't get pushed out there into YouTube. And so if you do give me a like, that will help me heaps get this content out to other people. Thank you for all of you who do follow my channel and support my channel, and have a good one. Ciao, Emily.